Alright, so just a heads up. The lid weighs 55 pounds and the barrel and the base weigh 156 pounds. The handles don't weigh much. The keg itself, I think you can probably safely assume that it's 20 to 30 pounds of that. So, I mean, that gives you a pretty good idea, a pretty good inclination of how much concrete was actually used in this thing. But it's done. The next steps are going to be to smear it with Satanite, smooth out all of the imperfections on the inside, because I didn't do a good enough job of vibrating it. So I did end up with some air pockets along the barrel portion of it, and in the side where the burner goes through. I'll have to smooth all that stuff out, and I'll use the Satanite to do that, and then we'll fire the whole thing together. So that'll be the next steps, and we'll go from there. All right, this is going to be one of the second to last video in the series. I am going to now coat the inside of this thing with Satanite. You can see that in Paul's Garage's videos. I can post a link to him in the bottom in the description, and you can check his foundry out. He made his out of soft fire brick. This is made out of Lucas 3000 that I bought from a pottery place up in Massachusetts, and it's 200 pounds total. So the keg weighs the body of it weighs 157 pounds, and the lid is 50 some pounds. So it's right just over 200 pounds. So we are going to mix up some Satanite. I got 5 pounds of Satanite from the same website that Paul lists in his, and I don't know if 5 pounds is going to be enough, but that's cute. So this is how it comes in a little Ziploc bag. So we're going to mix this up, and we're going to coat the inside of this furnace in it, and we're going to see how it turns out. Just try to start with a little amount to make sure that I have enough to cover everything. I'm going to do the barrel first, and then work my way up to the lid. Try to do this in a place where you can see it. This is a cleaned up piece of steel that I'm just going to use as a stirrer for this stuff. To be honest with you, it smells like ash. I'll bet you part of this mix is ash. I've been seeing a lot of people using that in a lot of their casting videos, a lot of their pouring, and trying to make their own mortar. Just get the lumps out of this as I can. I don't think this thing needs to be wetted before I do this. Just start smearing it on. And this is not the right tool for the job, I can assure you of that. I need a bigger one. That's awesome. Well, we're going to do this now. I've kind of dicked myself. See what happens when I use the brush. I don't know if this will work either. There. about my vent hole on the bottom, my emergency port, just in case my crucible ruptures. But I'm going to coat everything else. Try to smooth this out as best I can. Some of this thing's pretty rough and some of it's pretty smooth. The second half of this casting was pretty rough. To be honest with you, it smells like I just paid $30 for some ash mixed with mud. I don't know if Paul ever smelled it. I don't know if he ever had his respirator off, but I'm not too concerned about this stuff. However, that Lou cast, the material that I used to cast this barrel and the lid, that has tons of fiberglass in it, and I don't know if it's fiberglass or kale wool, but the particulate is really tiny. I did wear my respirator for that installation, just to cover my ass. Never can be too careful, you only get 2 lungs. Probably should have made this maybe a little bit wetter. A little bit wetter might have helped it spread more evenly, maybe. I don't know. I'll experiment with the next load because I'm going to have to make a little bit more here because this isn't going to cover everything. Oh, God, this looks like shit. I was hoping this would go on like spackle and just soften everything up and make it look good. I'm not quite doing that. It's like a unfriendly schmoo. But then again, it could also be operator error. And my plan is to fire this thing tomorrow. So we'll let this cure overnight. Set overnight, I guess is a better term. And then tomorrow I will read off the instructions on how to do this, and we will sit down and be a party. Maybe even have a couple beers, who knows. Just trying to protect my investment with this. And you spend $300 on mortar and then handles and Satanite and shipping and everything else, and I just would really I'd like this thing to last a lifetime. That would be my preference. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to last a lifetime. I highly doubt I'm going to be into doing castings for the rest of my life, but in my line of work it would be a really nice thing to be able to offer somebody who comes in with a extinct anything, and be able to 3D print it and do a lost PLA casting of whatever they have. Would be very cool. Mud puddle after a nice reminds me of the stuff that we use to keep the welding spall from sticking to hydraulic cylinder rods, and that's spreading a lot better. There we go. Alright, so that's a ticket. Wetter might be better with this stuff. It's spreading a lot nicer, going on a lot more evenly and smoother. Yeah, I like that a lot. That is much better. I don't know if you can see that consistency, but that's it. It just kind of smears in there. I didn't do a lot of research into castable refractory cements. I went and I Googled, high temperature castable mortar, and this is what I found. This is what I bought. I looked at a couple other things on Amazon at the time. I just, Amazon, you can buy anything from Amazon. I just wasn't really 100% satisfied with what they offered. I was afraid I'd get a pretty inferior product. So this stuff's made in Kentucky. I know because I had to call the manufacturer to find out what I could use to paste over top of it to seal up some of these imperfections in my casting. And I'm rambling. Been a long time since I finger painted, but I still got it. Let's do this lid. Call it a day. We'll let this sit overnight. We'll come in tomorrow and we will fire the whole thing. To be honest with you, I wish I had a paintbrush. Not a stain brush, but an actual paintbrush. The stuff you could make it wet enough that it would paint on. By George Foreman, guarantee there's action here. This is getting the George Foreman guarantee. I guarantee there's ash in this thing. There has to be. I can smell it. say your prayers. There's a lot of work to have it not turn out. I would be really bummed, and it would probably end my posting of videos on YouTube for sure. I would be totally destroyed if this doesn't work. Alright. Now this stuff is sticking to the keg. That blue cast didn't stick at all. This stuff is definitely sticking. Alright. Done and done. Smells exactly like a fire. You probably could use a little bit more mortar in that, but I'm not going to put any in there because I just really don't care. This is just a cap for the top of the thing. Once we get this thing heated into temperature and everything has to cool down nice and slowly, we'll cap it and use the kale wool and the side sprue and a little piece over the top, and then we'll drop this guy right on the top like a little cap. I am not sure how I want to heat this. If I should put this thing on blocks or on bricks or what before I start heating it up. I'm a little bit worried about what the exterior temperature of this thing is going to reach. I have no idea. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. See you guys then.